Hello, collectors, and welcome back to the channel. It's Florin Friday, and today we are diving deep into a coin that marks a pivotal moment in British history. We're talking about the 1949 2-shilling piece, also known as the florin. This isn't just a piece of silver-looking metal. This is a coin from a nation catching its breath after a world war, on the cusp of a new Elizabethan age. We're going to explore its fascinating design, its historical context, and of course, the question everyone wants answered: what is my 1949 florin worth today? So, whether you found one in your granddad's old jar of coins or you're thinking of adding one to your collection, stick around. This is the ultimate guide to the 1949 2-shilling coin. First, let's set the scene. It's 1949. World War II has been over for 4 years, but the United Kingdom is still firmly in the grip of austerity. Rationing is still in place for many goods, bomb sites still scar the cities, and the country is rebuilding itself. Yet, there's a sense of hope. The NHS has just been founded. And on the coinage, a significant change is happening. For decades, the coinage had featured the portrait of King George V and then King George VI by the sculptor Percy Metcalfe. But in 1949, a new portrait was introduced, created by the brilliant artist Humphrey Paget. This new portrait is more mature, more resolute. It shows a king who has led his nation through its darkest hour. The inscription, as always, is George of 6 D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F, D, IND, IMP, which stands for George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. But wait. Emperor of India? In 1949? That's the fascinating part. India had become independent in 1947, but the Royal Mint continued to use the existing dies until they needed replacing. The 1949 florin is one of the last British coins to bear the title IND, IMP. It's a historical anachronism, a ghost of the empire, struck onto a coin of. Features that superb new portrait of King George VI by Humphrey Paget. Facing left, the reverse, the tails side, is the part 1 love. It's a stunning design by George Kruger Gray. You see a rose, a thistle, and a shamrock, representing England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, intertwined by a single, elegant strap. The design is simple, floral, and beautifully balanced. At the top, you have the denomination, 2 shillings, and at the bottom, the year, 1949, composition *, 50% silver, 40% copper, 5% nickel, 5% zinc. This is cupronickel from 1947 onwards, but often called silver, colloquially, weight 11.31 grams, diameter 28.5 millimeters. A quick note on the composition. Many people call this a silver coin. Technically, from 1947, UK silver coinage was debased to a cupronickel alloy. It looks like silver, but it doesn't have the intrinsic silver value of pre-1947 coins. This is important for its value. Okay, let's get to the heart of the matter. You've pulled a 1949 florin out of circulation, or you found one in an old collection. What is it worth? First, we have to be brutally honest. The 1949 florin is not a rare coin. The Royal Mint struck over 21 million of them. It was made for everyday use and it was used extensively. Because of this, finding one in worn condition is very, very common. That a coin like this, what we call in fair to good condition, where the design is heavily worn, you've lost the details on the king's hair, the floral designs are smooth. This is essentially a bullion value coin. In this condition, you're looking at a value of roughly £1 to £3, or about $2 to $4. It's a great, affordable piece of history, perfect for a starter collection. Now, if you have one in very good to extremely fine condition, that means it has seen circulation but has only light wear, all the major details are sharp, and it still has some of its original luster in the protected areas. The value starts to climb, for a nice, attractive circular, $18. The price here depends heavily on the eye appeal. Is it clean? Are there any nasty scratches or gashes? A coin with great surfaces for its grade will always command a premium. The 1949 florin was also issued in uncirculated condition, meaning it was struck for collectors and stored carefully, never entering public circulation. These coins retain their full, original mint luster, a beautiful cartwheel effect. An uncirculated 1949 florin, depending on the quality, graded, for example, as MS-60 to MS-65, can be worth between £20 and £60, $25 to $75 USD. A true gem, with fantastic luster and no contact marks, could even push a little higher. Proof coins are the pinnacle of minting. They are struck multiple times on specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in a flawless, mirror-like field and frosted design. They were sold in special sets to collectors. The 1949 proof florin is a truly beautiful and much scarcer coin. So, we've covered the basics. But are there any varieties that make a 1949 florin extra special? The short answer is not really. It's a very consistent issue. However, there are a couple of things to look out for. First, look for a coin with exceptional eye appeal. Full, original luster, no cleaning, no damage. A cleaned coin, one that's been polished with abrasive materials, is worth significantly less than a naturally toned one. Second, while major errors are rare, you can find minor die varieties or striking anomalies. But the main value driver for this coin is simply its condition. So, to wrap it all up, the 1949 2-shilling florin is a coin steeped in history. It's the last of the Emperor of India coins. It features a proud, post-war portrait of George VI, and it's a workhorse of the pre-decimal era. It might not be the coin that will buy you a new car, but it's a tangible, affordable link to a defining chapter in British history. It's a coin that has truly earned its place in any collection. It's the 1966 2-shilling coin, also known as the florin. This coin is a real paradox. It's the last of its kind, a relic of the pre-decimal system, but it's also one of the most common old coins you can find. So, the million-dollar question, or perhaps, the 2-shilling question, is, what is its value today? Is it a hidden gem, or just a fascinating piece of pocket change? We're going to cover everything: its history, design, key features, and of course, its circulated value. Stick around. To understand the 1966 florin, we need to travel back in time. For centuries, Britain used a complex monetary system of pounds, shillings, and pence. There were 12 pence in a shilling and 20 shillings in a pound. The florin, worth 2 shillings, or 1/10 of a pound, was a key part of this system. It was first introduced in 1849 as a step towards decimalization, but change was coming. The UK government had decided to switch to a decimal currency system, where the pound would be divided into 100 new pence. The official decimal day was set for February 15, 1971. Now, the 1966 florin was minted in the final years of this old system. It's part of a series of pre-decimal coins that were slowly being phased out. Think of it as a swan song. It was the very last year the 2-shilling florin was minted for circulation, making it historically significant as the final, regular issue of this denomination. It's made of cupronickel, so it has that classic silvery look, though most circulated ones will be toned or tarnished. The obverse, or head's side, features the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This is the same iconic portrait you'll find on British decimal coins for many years, but the reverse is where the real story is. It was designed by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas. It features a beautiful, ornate Tudor rose in the center, surrounded by 3 badges: the Thistle of Scotland, the Leek of Wales, and the Shamrock of Northern Ireland. Value can rise to £20, £30, or even more for the absolute finest examples, but remember, this is for a perfect coin. Your typical worn, pocket piece 1966 florin is not going to make you rich. So, when you're looking at your 1966 florin, don't look for a rare mint mark or a hidden error. The main variety is the standard issue. Instead, look at its condition, hold it under a good light. Is the mint luster still shimmering on the surface? Are the details of the Tudor rose sharp and crisp? If so, you might have a more valuable uncirculated example. If it's smooth and worn, you have a wonderful piece of history, but not a significant financial asset. In conclusion, the 1966 2 shilling coin is a fantastic, accessible entry into the world of pre-decimal UK coinage. It marks the end of a 120-year chapter for the florin. While its circulated value is modest, its historical value is immense. It's a tangible link to a Britain that was on the cusp of a huge change that I hope you enjoyed this deep dive. Do you have a 1966 florin? What condition is it in? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more coin guides, history, and value breakdowns. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.